They made the cute little melusine die. They might as well join her.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Yet more people seek to take advantage of Neuvillette.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Because it technically is illegal
Mr. Vautrin
to
is
kill
innocent!
people, regardless of cause.
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will
Whatever.
be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend.
Yeah, well, you should have thought about that
Is there
before
anything
you
else
allowed
you want to
Carol to
say?
die. So,
Neuvillette. What have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
no, this all happened because you guys don't like melusine and didn't want to give up your power and money.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
And we're back to this. Y'all just did not learn your lesson. Vautrin going around killing a bunch of you did not get us anywhere, I see. Vautrin, you should have killed a few more people.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
What was that?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just a little bit of overflow of hydro.
Wow.
Fine.
The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different.
Did Paimon just say that the Hydro Dragon is more powerful than she thought? What? What, Paimon, like, you can't do this quest, I don't think, until you've finished all of the Archon quests up until this point. Which means we know by this point that the Archons get their power from a portion of the dragon's power. A portion. And we know that Neuvillette has since gotten his portion back. So if by all means the Archons are weaker than the dragons that they get their power from, and Neuvillette is now complete, what do you mean you didn't know he would be that strong? So baffling.
It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
He
Awesome!
was able to pass judgment on
But
all
I
of
rarely ever
Fontaine.
do
What is
anything
even
like
happening?
this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
The memories I saw were related to you.
Which ones?
From when you brought Carol to the Court of Fontaine to when you declared Vautrin guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Okay,
Then let us
Paimon.
get back to the
Humanity,
point.
bad. Melusine,
While
precious.
I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
Oh, didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
We sure did.
You've read about it. In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia, nice
Well,
to see you again.
good thing
Is
you
there
came to the
something I can
fountain.
help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar.
I may have
No matter
spoken
how
to a
you
reporter.
Conceal your whereabouts. There will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
Yeah, it's only been one afternoon.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important
That's
is how
true.
the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Well, it looks like the Melusine have had a lot of good brand imaging since then, like the Chiori boutique, using them as
Strange.
models.
What are these
So,
people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves.
are they
No
all
amount of hiding will
protecting
keep
that
us from finding them.
Melusine?
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
Aww. That Melusine has 2 guards
It feels like you've
too.
been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that. Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
Aw.
This isn't a good time to be out and about. Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I want a cake.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh! Look! Isn't that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So...
Yes, the
wanna go
Melusine
over
are
and say
truly
hi?
integrated now.
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
So funny. Still you. If we counted all the cases that occurred as theater as well, most of the stories here don't have happy endings. A case did occur after all. Precisely. And where there's a case, there will be victims. It really is very sad. Even if the culprit was sent to serve time, I'm not sure the tale could be said to have a happy ending. I spent a lot of time at the theater on account of my love for tragic stories, and I've always found myself quite accepting of trials or performances that have tragic endings. For time, it's become less and less clear to me, am I sad on account of real compatriots of mine or on account of the story? This should not be. Don't treat cases like child's play. Yes, you're right. They say Fontaine is the nation of justice, but I don't think such a reputation can be based solely on our Archon. Fontainians must have their own justice in their hearts. Thank you for the free stuff. There's so many people in this world that just give you free things if you talk to them. And I have not spoken to, like, very many of the Fontaine NPCs, like, at all. Okay, about the smuggling case.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise.
How are we supposed to know?
It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Should we tell Navi about this?
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina di Rosula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh?
How do they know the
so
suspect
quickly?
already?
We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Okay. To the cafe. That's not Treasure Chest, is it? I don't think it was. In the background there. Are the people all standing around glaring down at them? That's so funny.
Hey, Navia, we're here!
A citizen's arrest, if you will.
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Zandra, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off.
Navia may or may not be in the Mafia. It's fine. Just move along.
Is there anyone called Essin here?
Yes, that's me.
You're Essin?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Ah, I see.
Domenico. Where is he now?
In jail. Let's go
the
visit
fortress
Riesli.
of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities
And
for
inviting
later.
these kind
You should
people to
find
coffee.
Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fortress right now.
You know what I just realized? We're gonna get Navia next week, but like, what wings will we give her? None of these are going to look good on her. None of them. Maybe one of the blue ones, because it'll pick up the blue accents? That is so lame. There needs to be like yellow wings or truly black wings, not these. Give me more wing options.
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives.
I wish there were pink or
chronicled in
red
but a
wings
few
too,
short lines.
because there isn't really
Their
one that looks good on
stories really
Yaimiko
make for
either.
terribly dull reading.
I am very particular about the wing gliders. They need to be attractive, or I can't function. That's why I bought the one that like came with the instrument, because I needed a new wing glider for Alhaitham, because none of the already existent ones look good. Paisley.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new.
I mean, we
I
walked
figured
right
you
up
had
to his
important matters
office.
to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
You tell Risley about the threat letter Kiara received.
I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening melusines, is he?
You think Risley would have let a protest actually happen within his jail? No. Also, if he threatens a melusine, Sigewit will just kill him on her own.
To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem
No
like
one will
much
ever
of a
know.
conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered. That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melusine?
She's so cute.
Zijween!
A melusine named Kiara received a threatening letter.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarand is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal? Risley. Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct? Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence.
Oh,
But I'm
he's
sure
bringing it
Monsieur
up.
Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
So if Sigewin had asked Risley to, quote, take care of Domenico, however they want to say his name, would he have just killed him? And then Neuvillette was like, nah, we can't do that. Wait, no, it was up higher. It's on this floor. Okay. I mean, I guess Sigewin is like his only confidant down here, so... She could just just poison him with her weird purple meat. No one will be the wiser.
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Who the heck are you?
I must have been mistaken.
Okay, weirdo.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh. I'm Oriole, a member of the Mutual Aid Network. Is there something you need?
What is the Mutual Aid Network? But what is the Mutual Aid Network? I really need to get that treasure chest tracker. There are probably so many treasure chests in this area that I just have not gotten.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink?
Not from you.
Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
She's trying to poison me.
Typical Sijuin. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
The criminals we passed by earlier. Hello, Ella. Welcome to stream. I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them.
Neither did
If
I.
you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Paimon and I will go.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Okay. Let's go talk to people.
I place great trust in Wriothesley, so I rarely visit the fortress of Meripede. However, exceptional circumstances call for exceptional measures. I hope I didn't cause him too much trouble.
I'm from the East Coast. Okay. What do you want, sir? What is this badge they're talking about? I can barely... No. What is that? I cannot tell.